Hi, Red Knights. We are back with another lesson on forces in motion. Today we're going to focus on contact forces and non-contact forces. Today we're going to spend some time in our textbook to learn about these two types of forces. Contact forces. There are many types of forces. The forces you are probably most familiar with are contact forces. Contact forces happen between objects that touch. It's very important to remember that. It's when objects touch. Think about a baseball game. The pitcher must touch the ball to throw it to home plate. A bat must touch the ball to change its direction. A player's glove must touch the ball to catch it. Caption. When the bat hits the ball, it applies a contact force. So contact is when two objects touch. In this picture, they haven't touched yet, but they will. And when this ball hits the bat, it's going to make contact with the bat, and then the force is going to hit it away. Now let's take a look at non-contact forces. Not all forces are contact forces. Some forces can act on an object without touching it. So it's a non-contact force. The objects do not touch each other. These forces are non-contact forces. Magnetism, electricity, and gravity are examples of non-contact forces. Magnetism. Have you ever used a magnet? What did you notice? When you bring two magnets near each other, they can attract or pull on each other. They can also repel or push away from each other. Magnets do not have to touch to attract or repel each other. The force that causes magnets to attract or repel is called magnetic force. A magnet is an object with a magnetic force. Magnets do not affect only each other. They can also attract objects made of certain metals, such as iron. Magnets cannot attract objects made of wood, glass, plastic, or rubber. Magnets can also apply magnetic force through other materials. They can attract or repel objects through solids, liquids, or gases. Caption. A metal paper clip contains iron. A magnet can pull a metal paper clip without touching it. Some trains run on magnets that repel them from the track. They produce little friction, so they are very fast. So here, the magnet did not have to come down and touch these paper clips. It stayed here and it used a non-contact force called magnetism to attract the paper clip up to it. A lot of magicians use magnets to make things look like they're floating or flying toward them. What could I be? Transportation engineer. Transportation engineers design vehicles and systems to move lots of people quickly from place to place. They use what they know about forces and friction to build trains and tracks that move as fast as possible with the least friction and the least energy. Learn more about becoming a transportation engineer in the careers section. Electricity. Objects can have electrical charge. Electrical charge causes electrical force, which is a non-contact force. If two electrical charges that are alike are brought near each other, the charges repel each other. If the two charges are different, they attract each other. Look at the girl in the picture. Each hair on her head has the same electrical charge. The like-charged hairs repel each other. Caption. The electrical charges in this girl's hair do not have to touch to affect each other. So even though she doesn't have this object touching her hair, it is still creating a motion. It is creating a motion with a non-contact force. Gravity. Gravity is another non-contact force. Gravity is a pulling force between two objects. Gravity pulls objects such as you and Earth together. When you jump up, Earth's gravity pulls you down. The force of gravity between two objects depends on how much mass the objects have and the distance between the objects. Objects with more mass have a stronger pull. For example, the mass of Earth is huge. Its gravity pulls strongly on all objects. Earth's gravity is what keeps us on the ground. Gravity is also stronger when objects are closer together. Caption: Gravity is pulling these skydivers toward Earth. Did you know? Gravity is one of the forces that keeps the planets in orbit around the sun. So just to recap, a contact force is when two objects touch and then create motion. And a non-contact force is when there is motion without the objects touching, for example, with magnetism and electricity. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have enjoyed learning about contact and non-contact forces. Don't forget to complete your Google form test. Bye for now.